Hey, today we're diving into something we've all faced, dealing with difficult people at work. Maybe it's that colleague who's always negative, the one who never listens, or even worse, someone who goes out of their way to make everything harder. But here's the thing, you can't just avoid them. You gotta deal with them. So, how do you do that without losing your mind? By the end of this video, you'll have some powerful tools to handle difficult coworkers like a pro and maybe, just maybe, turn things around in your favor. Here's the first thing you need to understand. Difficult people aren't always difficult on purpose. Often, their behavior is more about them than it is about you. Maybe they're stressed, insecure, or just unaware of how their actions are affecting others. But that doesn't mean you have to put up with it. The key here is using social intelligence to defuse the situation before it escalates into a full-blown conflict. Let's start with something crucial. Stay calm. I know, easier said than done, right? But when you're dealing with someone difficult, the absolute worst thing you can do is react emotionally. If they see they're getting under your skin, they've already won. So, step one is keeping your cool. When that annoying coworker starts pushing your buttons, take a breath, slow down, and don't let your emotions take over. They'll expect you to bite back, but if you stay calm, it throws them off balance. Here's a little psychological trick. When you stay calm, you're actually showing control. Difficult people thrive on chaos. They want to stir things up. So when they see you're unshakable, it deflates their power. And in many cases, that's enough to stop their behavior. But what if it's not? What if they keep going? That's where you move to step two. Understand their motives. Like I said earlier, difficult people usually act out because of something else: stress, insecurity, frustration. Instead of getting defensive, try to get curious. What's really behind their behavior? Is there something triggering their negativity? Maybe they feel unheard or overlooked. By figuring this out, you can change your approach and neutralize the tension. Now, this doesn't mean you need to become their therapist, far from it. But a simple question like, "Hey, is everything okay? You seem a little stressed lately," can disarm them. It shows you're paying attention, but it doesn't give them a platform to keep being difficult. Step 3. Set boundaries. This is a big one. Difficult people often push because they can. If you don't set boundaries, they'll continue to bulldoze over you. So, be clear about what's acceptable and what's not. You don't need to be aggressive, but you do need to be firm. Let's say you have a coworker who constantly interrupts you during meetings. The next time it happens, address it directly. Something like, "Hey, I'd really appreciate it if I could finish my point before we move on." Simple, respectful, but firm. You'd be surprised how often difficult people back off once they realize you're not going to let them cross the line. Boundaries are your armor in the workplace. Use them. Next up, don't take it personally. This is one of the hardest things to remember, but it's critical. Difficult people usually aren't difficult because of something you did. They have their own issues, and they're projecting those onto everyone around them. So when someone is being rude, condescending, or just plain frustrating, remind yourself, it's not about you. By not taking it personally, you take away their power to affect you emotionally. Here's a quick tip. When you start feeling like someone's coming at you, take a step back, literally or mentally, and ask yourself, is this really about me or is this about them? 9 times out of 10, it's about them. Once you can detach yourself emotionally, you can handle the situation with a clear head. This next one is a game changer. Pick your battles. Not every confrontation is worth your time or energy. Some difficult people thrive on drama, and if you engage in every little conflict, you're feeding into their chaos. So, ask yourself, is this battle worth fighting? Will it affect your work or well-being if you let it go? If the answer is no, sometimes the best move is to just let it go. I know it's tempting to want to win every argument, but sometimes winning means not engaging. It's like playing chess. You don't have to move every piece just because it's there. Be strategic. Save your energy for the battles that really matter. Here's a crucial point. Get support if needed. Some people are just so difficult that handling them alone isn't enough. If you've tried everything and they're still making your life miserable, it might be time to escalate things. That doesn't mean running to HR over every little issue, but if their behavior is affecting your mental health or work performance, don't hesitate to bring it up with a supervisor or HR. It's not about being a tattletale. It's about protecting yourself and your work environment. A good manager will recognize that it's their responsibility to step in when someone's creating unnecessary tension in the team. So, don't feel like you have to fight every battle on your own. And finally, here's the tip that ties it all together. Keep your own behavior in check. Dealing with difficult people can push your patience to the limit, but don't let them drag you down to their level. The last thing you want is to become their version of a difficult person. Stay professional, stay calm, and stay focused on your goals. At the end of the day, difficult people come and go, but how you handle them defines your reputation. Remember, you can't control how others act, but you can always control how you respond. And sometimes, that's all it takes to turn a difficult situation into a win for you. So, to sum it up, stay calm, understand their motives, set boundaries, don't take it personally, pick your battles, get support if you need it, and always keep your own behavior in check. Dealing with difficult people doesn't have to ruin your day or your work life. With these tips, you'll be ready for whatever comes your way. If you found these tips helpful, smash that like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who could use a little help with their office battles. Stay sharp, stay savvy, and I'll catch you in the next video.